getting some good harassment out there. Also kind of poking him away from Tino's area, so he's not getting any soul assumption charges, he's not able to really spam out, and are not able to kind of leverage this threat of avalanche toss with the damage output that Tino can provide on that. Although, dropped a bit low.
Spag, he's a bit too far forward, and he's going to hand first blood over to Tino. It's one of those things, you want to get the damage off with those glaives, but against the soul assumption, you can't be too confident.
I mean, they felt good, right? Because you're shoving Shanks away, Tino's not there, you forget the Visage can build up these stacks, and he can build them up fast, because you've got Shanks around with a lot of AoE. So the damage will fly through. That is one strength for Execration, but you still have to respect the output of Zem and Spag as well.
Or maybe a turnaround though. Shanks, the curse is there, ticking out slowly. Spag gonna cut him off. Zem right behind. They want to hand the kill over to the Naga, and they will. Spag very careful to make sure Zem does secure the kill, and I suppose it's a great trade for the side of the Dire as Palos back down to bot lane. Still doing okay, but going back towards the top side, Jonathan, it seems like a decent trade.
Yeah, it's pretty all right. You're happy enough to trade support for support. It feels better for BOONZ+GOONZ because you're getting instacks every single time. So Spag just scales a lot better with every kill that he participates in comparison. Whereas Shanks, you bleed out a little bit of that XP lead, you bleed out a little bit of that gold you found. Down mid, surprisingly, Bob is working the lane a lot better than Jandals is.
Certainly is. Jandals copying a fair bit of damage now. Bob going to keep the chase up. Torrent is going to connect Jandals. No, he's not going to outplay him. BOONZ, though, is going to rotate and does at least secure the kill back on the Ember. But it's still going to be a win the way of Bob.
Yeah, that's pretty impressive coming out from Bob. Again, that lane matchup, it's not completely done, it's not like completely set for the Kunkka to just outright win, but it is certainly Kunkka favorite, I would say.
Right.
And for you to find that opportunity, Bob must have been dancing around, dodging those spells, dodging the Tidebringers, and if you take that away, you can work that lane much more consistently as the Ember.
Certainly can. Looking back up towards the top side, Zem's going to try and make a play onto this Visage with the curse out and the instance. Just so much damage on Tino. The Riptide's going to end eventually. Tino going to try and turn this one back around. Now Shanks in trouble. They might find a double, though. Shanks barely going to be able to escape. But they found the bigger target in Tino. Like you mentioned earlier, more in to go back. There's the big lane that has kind of suffered here is Jandals, the mid lane. BOONZ, oh, we're not going to get the blast off Bob. Very nice line of this. Even the mine on landing, so Bob, he can just keep going. Maybe try to secure the Techie's kill. Remnants forward, he will find it, and he'll back right off. Perfect plays here from Bob. The one real saving grace here for BOONZ+GOONZ is this top lane has just gone so darn well.
Yeah, it's been an insane lane all.
Bottom, they don't get the Starbreaker last hit, so they won't find the stun on Palos. Once again, he will barely survive with his life intact. Meanwhile, top lane, they do find Spag, but here comes the ensnare once again from Zemistry onto Tino. Can he get the procs? He certainly can. They'll find the Visage once again as Shanks is going to be able to outrun the Naga. It still feels like a pretty darn good trade here for BOONZ+GOONZ, but Bob has rotated on the Ember. See what he can find here on this Naga Siren. It doesn't seem like he can find much. He doesn't have the lockdown.
Yeah, can't really overcommit. TP points still available for BOONZ+GOONZ. Pop the DD though. Hold on.
Here we go again. They'll miss the mine. It just seems like these mines aren't landing here, and Palos is going to turn right back around onto Juice. TP attempts away, but he's not going to make it in time. In fact, another mine going way off target. BOONZ trying to predict, but just not finding the angle he needed, and now Palos able to find another as a bang. He'll pick up two.
Really great rune control out from Exe. Vision out, no?
No, not going to land on Spag. Nice deny away from Spag as well, making sure the region does not go the way of the Radiant, but they will still find the Silencer and eventually punish him for denying that rune away, as now they want a bit more. BOONZ, he'll be on the run, but Bob can happily chase, or can he? Blastoff's going to land. They'll try to turn this one right back around, but a massive avalanche up from Shanks, not allowing them to follow up. Bob, he's still juking and jiving. He's going to be just fine to back his way out, and instead, a bang. He was the one to drop low, but now Juice, he's in trouble. BOONZ, oh, that's a great slide of fist out from Bob. What a remnant right through the middle. They find both of them.
The coordination coming out from Execration
Not having
there.
the impact he'd like right now in the Kunkka. Forced to go for the double bracer build. Go from there as Juice. Top side in trouble again. They've got the business for me to just lock him down, and he's going to get taken out. Bob having a very strong game now on the Ember. Able to rotate and get so much work done as now, well, Shanks, he might drop in the mid lane, but it's not the biggest kill in the world. And in fact, it's not that easy either, as the Moonlight Shadow is going to come in, but they will eventually find Jandals, able to take a kill for himself. They look towards that mid-tier 1 tower, but with the Moonlight Shadow coming in, they're going to be very cautious about the position. Yeah, they want to find Zem. The big Naga Siren. In fact, Zem's going to run right back into him. This is not what he wanted. The arrow's going to land, and he is just going to drop. Bob on a mega kill streak. Looking very, very strong this game. Second in their worth now, and just being chased down by Shanks, but Shanks will eventually just leave the man alone. Be a smoke out here for BOONZ+GOONZ through the middle. Bag does get caught out. He'll go for the global silence out onto the Ember. Maybe they can punish Bob, and they will. That's a massive kill going back the way of Jandals. Something he down the smoke out. This time EXECRATION. They want to be the ones that try to get aggressive. Bob, Shanks, and a bang, they'll move in. Zem does get spotted, but instead they will move in onto Spag. Arrow does land as well, so that's one nice kill being picked up immediately, but in comes Jandals and BOONZ right in onto Shanks with the mine down. They'll at least land one, but they still haven't got the damage onto Shanks. In fact, now the turnaround, back on Jandals, they rip right through the Kunkka. Nice attempt to counter-initiate, but it just doesn't. EXECRATION still looking very, very comfy. I mean, Zem is farming, but he's still behind that live steal, which is not what you want to see as Spag. Does get caught out once again by Bob, and is going to drop. Bob, every time he sees his silencer, he just knows he's got free. Oh, nice line of fist. We'll scout out Jandals. They'll make the dive in. It is by the tier 2 tower, so BOONZ, they might be able to jump in and try to force this fight. Solar Guardian will be there to protect the Kunkka as Jandals will barely survive thanks to Juice. But I suppose you force the rotations now, and EXECRATION, knowing all those spells are down, might try to keep moving in. I mean, Bob does have the double damage still going, though he is trapped up in the X now into the boat. Bob! Oh, he's gone too far. Song is there as well. Zem gonna juke out the arrow, but needs to find a way out. Juice will try to move his way in, back in onto Shanks, who does get X'd up. But it seems like they're gonna be happy with this team fight for now. They do find the Bob Ember.
That's a big kill. Every single time Bob overextends like that, they get so much in return. Even though it costs them basically all their ultimates, you're more than happy to punish Bob. Bob, he's just diving really forward. He's feeling himself, he's feeling confident, but he can't afford to do that. He needs some backup. I think Shanks has to connect with Bob every time. If he has the avalanche toss in that scenario, it could have been a very different story.
Oh, Palos, very nice rage out. Avoiding the blast off silence from BOONZ, who does back his way out immediately, but in comes Juice. Palos, he's fighting very confidently here. In fact, he's doing so much damage to Jandals, but the Starbreakers there in time. Palos still trying to fight, might have the Kunkka, and does do so. And he goes on to Juice now. They can't stop this man. BOONZ is going to run. The Infest play was there. Palos, he'll keep chasing. They'll bring Zem in for more. Palos, he's getting quite low now, but in comes Bob on the Ember. He's there to back him up as the armor toggles are still going. They just can't deal with the life stealer. Eventually they'll find him, but what's it going to cost? Bob is still going. Zem's been caught out. Blastoff is there, but it's all too late. It is just too late as Bob. He might have another one on his hands. He wants the techies, but he does not land.
You take out Zem. Losing Palos is probably better though. Still.
Topside Juice in massive trouble. Does end up dropping. Being able to secure that kill, and EXECRATION, they look well and truly online now. They're even moving on to Spag. Got to be another free kill for their side as Jandals. He does at least punish Bob for this. It's not the greatest trade, but it's something just fine as well. He'll break the gap as Palos. He's already onto the high ground. Nobody's there to defend this. They'll TP in now. BOONZ is there, but the rage is there in time. So Palos, he can just keep going, and BOONZ is dead. Juice, he'll try to move in with the Starbreaker. Palos, he's happy to fight. We've seen this one before. It is the script that we've already read. Juice, Infest is there. Palos will jump right back out. Zem gonna try and surround by Palos. He sees the silencer. He wants Spag, and he might just have him. Palos does not care. He is the raid boss in this game. He'll go for a bit more, and they actually have forced to hold back Jandals. Nice toss back as well. Shanks underneath the T4 tower is going to force the BKB up from Jandals. The Solar Guardian does also come in into the blast off. They'll get Shanks down on the Tiny. Bob still messing around though, does find the Texas Juice. He's in dire straits at the moment. Palos, he'll get rid of the raids back. In comes Chemistry, trying to fight back, but they just don't care. Palos, he got the rage off in time. Zem's in trouble, still running, barely able to get out. It's the rage. Does wear out, but Bob is still able to secure with the slide of fist, and we'll keep going. Can they finally turn this one around? The Infest was there in time. Palos, he'll just keep diving them. Into the fountain he goes. He's got a triple. He wants an ultra, and he might just have it. Does he want to go for the rampage?
He's got ages. He could risk it, but
no,
no, they call the GG.
They're not handing it. They are not handing it over. That is going to be it. BOONZ+GOONZ. It was a nice attempt here in round 3 of the lower bracket, but eventually EXECRATION proving to be the better team here today.
Look, BOONZ+GOONZ had really good lanes coming out. It felt like the top